Hello, children. Welcome to the day 7 of the topic in social age of industrialization. We are going to revise the topics which we discussed today. The first topic being the small scale industries which were there, which predominated, and the second topic was the market of goods. Marketing of the goods, Indian goods. Small scale industries also came up in India, and they were predominated the market because basically it was hand woven, and the customers of those industries were the rich people. So the demand for those commodities kept on increasing. So that we are going to learn today. We learn today and we'll revise next. We are going to revise, and secondly, how these goods were marketed with help of advertisement, labeling, and other sorts of photography and all that, how it was done. So I'll just share certain slides so that you are very much aware, or you, okay. If you can see, this is the topics which we are going to take up is small scale industry, which predominated, and the market for goods. In the next slide, children will see that the hand woven articles which are being displayed over here, and the right hand side you can see the fly shuttle. It's a kind of instrument which is being fitted to the machine so that the productivity of the machine increases. Okay. While factory industries grew steadily after the war, large industries formed only a small segment of the economy. Uh, and that was basically, in the areas of Bombay and Bengal. But basically, most importantly, the handicraft production actually expanded in the 20th century because there were people who used to take those commodities. They used to consume, or they used to take purchase those commodities. That is the reason why the production kept on increasing. Now, the next slide will show how the large scale industry formed only a small segment, as I discussed earlier. Most of the workers worked in small workshop and households unit, while cheap machine made thread wiped out the spinning industry in the 19th century, and the weavers survived. Actually, children, they did not earn a lot. The weavers did not earn a lot because they were imposed lot of restrictions were imposed on them. The raw materials which they received was also, of quite expensive for them. And after production, and when it was marketed and when it was sold, they did not get so much amount of money, but at least they survived somehow. Technological changes and other small innovations made the handloom cloth production rise. Okay. Amongst the weavers, some produced coarse cloth while others wove finer varieties. In this slide, children, you can see the hand woven cloth, which you all must be aware, the Banarasi saris. And Baluchari is the type of sari which is predominantly produced in the eastern area of the country. So these are and it's very expensive also. These saris are very expensive. Certain groups of weavers were in a better position than others to survive the competition with mill industries. Famines did not affect the sale of Banarasi or Baluchari saris. Mills could not imitate specialized weaves. Now, see, weavers survived because of the fact that there was a demand for these kind of material also, which was expensive. Because those who were rich, they started purchasing those this products. As a result, the weavers could, weave it. Okay, next topic which we are going to, we have studied today was market for goods. How the goods were marketed. Uh, Most important, the new consumers were created through advertisement. As we all see nowadays also, if some product come into the market, we can see the advertisement and we get to know about the product from television or from, other newspaper or some magazines or something like that. Similarly, those days also the advertisement took place, and images of Indian god and goddesses were imprinted on goods for making a foreign product familiar to the Indian mass. Calendars also were there. On those calendars, the photographs of god and goddesses were put up, and then under that the labeling was done. So advertisement became a vehicle for nationalist movement of Swadeshi. Next 2 or 3 slides, children, you can see how the advertisement was made. Okay, so you can see different kinds of advertisement for the product. The next slide also shows you where God and God's goddesses are seen on the, labeled on the product. Here also you can see Bharat Mata, figure of Bharat Mata also, where Indian manufacturer advertised the nationalist message was clear and loud. If you care for the nation, then buy products that Indians produce. Now also we have that, vocal for local and things like that. Similarly, those days, because we did not attain our freedom, at that time nationalist movement was going on, and obviously it was inevitable that these kind of figures also came up, which gave importance to nationalist movement also. Okay. Now, how the consumers created through advertisement. So first, as we have already discussed about, advertisement was given on the newspapers, magazine, hoardings. Secondly, we had labeling also done. Labeling was done so that if a label was there, and people liked it, and they started purchasing with the help of label in it. And then we had calendars also. Those days the calendars were also there, which had popular figures of god and goddesses in the calendar. Images of important persons were there, and then advertisement by Indian producers. Indian manufacturers were also using the same tactics when Indian manufacturers advertised, and the nationalist message was clear and loud. Okay, this is what we completed. We completed the chapter, and then today we have already completed the chapter, and we'll be doing the textual question answers, or we'll be discussing tomorrow the textual question answers. Thank you.